Hey everyone, recently we have witnessed many IPOs like Bajaj Housing, Wari Energies, PN Gadgil, Unicommerce Solution that generated massive return for investors on listing day itself. But unfortunately, problem is that very few people get the allotment in the IPO, and some unlucky folks like me never get any IPO allotment. That's where I've been getting many queries to explore the unlisted market of India, where you can potentially invest in companies even before the IPO. Now it was something new for me as well, and I had a lot of questions before investing my money. So I did some research to understand the world of unlisted market and whether it makes sense to invest in unlisted shares or not. And I found it quite interesting. So in this video, I'll share my findings on key questions around unlisted shares and will identify some interesting opportunities in this segment. For instance, Swiggy has recently filed for the IPO, and we have already witnessed the rise of Zomato. That's where we'll figure out how to study unlisted companies like Swiggy and how to really invest in them before IPO. Alright, let's get started. So let's first start with basic question, what is an unlisted share? So in simple terms, unlisted shares are those shares that are not yet listed on stock exchanges like BSE and NSE. Here you have two types of unlisted shares. First is unlisted shares of companies that have initiated the IPO process. They are pre-IPO company. And second is unlisted shares of companies that have not initiated the IPO process, but they may initiate it in the near future. The biggest difference between a listed and an unlisted share is that listed shares can be bought and sold anytime, but unlisted shares cannot be bought and sold anytime. Generally, listed companies' shareholders include their promoters, FIs, DIs, and retail investor. However, unlisted companies generally have angel investors, VC firm, PE firm as their major investor, along with promoters and the employees of the company. Now you might ask, what are the benefits of investing in unlisted share? So one of the key benefits is that you get access to shares of unlisted companies even before they get listed. Since we have seen a trend where fundamentally strong companies got listed at very high premium on first day itself, there is a potential to generate high returns post-listing. Then another benefit is that you get access to many unique new age companies with high growth potential. For instance, quick commerce industry has high growth potential, and today there is only one company in this listed space, that is Zomato. So in unlisted space, you can get the opportunity to become a shareholder in Swiggy even before its IPO. Okay, next question is, what are the key risks of investing in unlisted shares? So first risk is liquidity risk. Since unlisted shares are not traded on an exchange, you can't easily sell them. Please keep this in mind. So let's say you plan to invest in an unlisted share after the company announces its IPO, but there can be a case where the IPO gets delayed. In that case, you may face liquidity issue or have to wait until the IPO. Although if you invest in fundamentally strong companies at reasonable valuation, the company would continue to generate value and its unlisted share price may increase. But liquidity risk is something that you must keep in mind before investing in unlisted shares. Second risk is market risk. Just like other stocks on exchange, unlisted shares have market risk that include volatility in share price due to multiple factors. For example, there's a valuation risk with unlisted shares where some of the unlisted shares may command high valuation due to hype in the market. Then some companies might not be fundamentally strong, or there can be a macroeconomic event or company specific event that can result in fall in share price of unlisted share. So you need to ensure that you do your homework before investing in unlisted shares and understand the market risk involved in the investment. Okay, next important question is, if unlisted shares are not traded on exchange, how is the pricing of unlisted share determined? So first of all, please note that price movement of unlisted share is based on supply and demand, similar to stocks trading on listed market. If there is high supply and low demand for unlisted share, its price can fall. If there is high demand and low supply due to IPO hype, or any other positive news like good performance or new funding and so on, then share price can go up. But since there is limited liquidity, volatility in unlisted share can be on higher side, both on positive movement and negative movement. Next very important question is, does unlisted share get reflected in the demat account or not? So the answer is yes. Unlisted shares after purchase are reflected in the demat account. Although the exact date of reflection in demat account would vary from stock to stock. You can find the shares in the demat holding section of your brokerage account or via the CDSL and NSDL website or app. I have personally verified it by buying a share from unlisted market, and the stock is getting reflected in my demat account via the CDSL website. Next question is, who should invest in unlisted shares? Since it's not that easy to sell unlisted shares, it is advisable to invest with a longer term horizon until the IPO of the company. If you don't want to wait for a long period, better invest only in those companies that have filed for the IPO or have announced the IPO date. Then very important question is, can you sell the stocks right after the listing? The answer is no. There is a lock-in period of 6 months for the shares of companies that announce an IPO and is getting listed on the stock exchange. So you cannot sell such shares for 6 months from the date of listing. Next question is how to invest in pre-IPO companies. So I've recently come across this platform called Incred Money that can be used to invest in unlisted shares. I did some research on this platform and first thing I found is that it is a part of Incred Group, which is a diversified financial group. Now let us quickly look at how you can use this platform if you want to invest in unlisted shares. If you want to explore the world of unlisted shares, all you need to do is log into Incred Money. Here you will see first option is invest in pre-IPO unlisted share. Just click on invest now. Here you have 3 options: live, upcoming, historical. Live is the unlisted shares that can be purchased at the moment. It includes names like SDB Financials at the moment, OYO Rooms, SBI AMC, Chennai Super Kings, and likewise few more names. So let's say you want to explore OYO Rooms because OYO Room is showing a lot of potential in hospitality space. Let's click on view detail. So first of all, you can see the share price movement across time period. Then you can see the fundamentals like current price, market cap, then face value, PE ratio, EPS, price to book, then book value, debt to equity. Next section is key financials. Again, this is very important. You can see the revenue growth in OYO Rooms over the years. Then very interesting part is their profitability. So it was in loss for a long period of time, but recently it has become profitable. So this turnaround from loss making to profitable one is quite impressive. Not many startups have done it yet. I'm still evaluating whether it is worth investing in OYO Rooms or not. If you want me to explain it in detail, let me know in the comments. Apart from this, you can see the shareholding pattern and then you can also see the strength and weakness of the company. And for more details, you can click on about the company that include board of director and management detail as well as the annual report that can be downloaded for further reference. Then next is if you want to invest in OYO Rooms, you can see this particular section here. Currently it is showing a price of 58 rupee. Minimum number of unit you can buy is 250. The settlement period is showing T plus 21. Then next is you need to enter the unit. So minimum is 250 and minimum investment is 14,500 and just click on invest now to invest in OYO Rooms. Likewise, you can explore this particular live section to identify investment opportunities in unlisted market. Explore the world of unlisted share market and try to answer some important questions around it. Now tell me in the comments, what do you think about unlisted shares? Is it worth investing some money or not? If you find this video useful, do share it within your circle. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.